Hello everyone, I'm back from my vacation, still unemployed, and so I've been working on the dolls. Considering how much free time I've had, I feel like I haven't done as much as maybe like one would expect me to, but I'm like generally like uninspired. I like want to sew, like I have the inclination to sew, but I have like no desire to pattern. Even when I like pull out a pattern, I'm like, oh, I can work with this. I like don't want to do it. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm like just uninspired or it's because I'm sad because I'm unemployed, which actually might be the case. For some reason, I just put so much emphasis on like my job and being employed. And now that I don't have that, I kind of like don't know what to do with myself, even though like it was taking, the job was taking a lot out of me. I mean, I was exhausted all the time. I didn't want to do anything then either because I was too fucking tired. You know, it's the sort of like push and pull. Now that I have no job, I still don't want to do anything, probably because I'm sad because I don't have a job. It's very much a catch-22, isn't it? So anyway, I went to Massachusetts to my parents' home for 2 weeks. Took a lot of photos in their beautiful, brightly lit, giant home that they paid the same amount for as I paid for my one-room apartment in New York City. Just a beautiful home, and I'll put some of the photos in this video so you can see. I'm gonna turn this off because it's loud. You can see how like beautifully lit it was. I just like got some like really amazing shots of my girls, and yeah, so I had fun with, you know, general doll photography. I worked on some neon Pasha lingerie, which is now with Jason to be laced up. Wanted to try a neon because she's into neons right now, so we do that. And then also while I was at home, this is like the crowning glory of my at-home time, I made this dress. Me and Jason are kind of working on a collection of clothes for a potential photo shoot in the future that are like, you know, witch-inspired clothes, sort of like for our little coven, because we both have like little covens, and I guess they probably go together, but they don't live together right now. So they're like two separate covens, but they're like friend covens, you know? So I made this dress. I'll put the reference photo that I used in the video. And like I saw it and I was like, that's for Cameron. Like I saw it and it was immediately inspired by it. And this is what I came up with for it. It's just really gorgeous. It actually kind of ends up looking like sort of Russian royalty, which, you know, she's from Russia. So this is Cameron sort of in her beautiful new gown. It was a really simple pattern, actually. I just took this piece of ribbon. I attached this piece of lace on the inside of the ribbon because I just wanted red accents because she's Scarlet Woman to go with her red. And then I took a piece, like a pattern that looked basically like half a robe, and just sewed it together. Gathered it like a big giant robe, like very wide. I just gathered it at the top, gathered it at the cuff, and then sewed it all together. It was pretty easy to make, and like the result was like really nice, and I feel like it looks impressive, but it really wasn't that hard to make. So that's that, and then I made her this little, I just wanted her to have some jewels, you know. And in the photograph, as you will have seen or will see now, I don't know, we'll see when I edit this, she's got all kinds of like draping chain sort of jewelry, so that was that inspiration. She came out really nice. The next thing I did, well, first I'm gonna talk about body blushing. Now Cameron has a body blush, which you probably can't tell in this light. And I also did a light body blush on her because, as we all know, when you take the clothes off, put the clothes back on, handle them with your oily hands, it just sort of like wears away the work that you've done. So my intent with her is I was like, oh, I just want to give her a little pop of color. I don't want to go too dark. It doesn't matter anyway because it's all going to get worn away, which is exactly what's happened. And it was a little darker when I had originally done it, and now it looks significantly lighter, and she definitely gets blown out by light. And when I photograph her, you almost can't tell that I've done anything at all. Now in person, I feel like she looks good. And that goes for like most of my dolls. Like, in person, they look good, and in photographs, they look blown out. So what I ended up redoing my Pasha because of that fact. And she looks good now, and I feel like she looks okay in photographs. Like, you can tell that she's got some color to her. But this girl, I'm gonna have to go in and go again. But, so this girl, I recently body blushed, and she's also obviously got like a darker skin tone. Cracking sealant all around. She's got a darker skin tone, so I had to go darker. But I went like very heavy-handed, and it's her tattoos. Oh, I'll put a reference photo, because I kept drawing this girl over and over again. She's from my play and movie and series of scenes that I wrote. Can't stop thinking about her. I'll put a photo of the drawings. She's got this tattoo that I was really excited to do on her. So I did that tattoo, this tattoo, which already has a big chunk taken out of the back, so I've got to redo that tattoo. And her body blushing, and I went super heavy with it. I was like, I don't even care. I know my hands are gonna wear away all the beautiful color that I put on her, but I just really want her to look good. So I went really dark, and I feel like, I can't see this, but you can. I'm assuming, because I've photographed her before, she looks amazing. Like, in person, she looks dark, but in photographs, she looks incredible. And I'm really happy that I went dark. Here's her back. She's got such a beautiful sculpted back, like really strong and muscular looking. I just wanted to accentuate that as much as possible. I actually left the shirt on because I couldn't get it off and I was too lazy to take her shoes off. I did some pubic hair down there, but you know, YouTube, so I'll just cover it back up. So yeah, there's that, her little booty. Gave her little rosy butt cheeks, so cute. Yeah, so I'm really happy with the way she came out. Let's see the hands, because those look really good. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of jointed fingers, not because I don't think they're cool, because I feel like they don't look as graceful as like a hand that's in a position. But I feel like those came out really nice. Her hands look good. And so she's gorgeous, and I'm very happy with the very dark, very heavy-handed way that I've done her. Just very happy with this doll right now, and she's gonna get another round of tattoos for her arm, but I got tired of tattooing / body blushing / working on this doll, so that'll be for another day, and I gotta touch up this one because it's fucked up. So that's her. Very, very happy with her. Just can't stop being happy with this doll. I just love this doll. I love her so much. Next, the twins. The twins. Sorry, and there goes her wig. Me and my yarn arts, fiber arts. Not really my strong suit. They're kind of hard to wig because their heads are so close together, so I was gonna move them away from each other to put their wigs on. Alright, so wigs. I'll talk about the wigs. I obviously wanted to buy them wigs because as a not talented fiber artist, I didn't want to have to make them. But I'm unemployed and I had no hair in the house. And so I bought this beautiful hair. I really wanted to do them in soft colors because they've got the white skin. And I wanted to make them just a very pastel doll. So I bought the colors of hair that I wanted. The hair showed up like as I was returning home, which was perfect. And then I had no fabric glue and I wanted to make the wigs waterproof, so I used wood glue, which is fine, but it makes like a harder cap than a fabric glue would, which is also fine because I usually make sort of in between hard and soft cap wigs. So my fabric glue finally arrived so I can make these wigs. And I mean, the parts aren't great. The tops of their heads are a little gluey. But overall, I think that I did an okay job. I wish that the parts were a little better so you couldn't see as much of the cap in the front. But like, you know, I'm improving. I mean, with skills that we're not naturally good at, you know, as long as you're improving every time you do it, that's all that really matters. And I do think that here's the thing. I wish that I had done the whole cap out of the fabric glue because it's soft and it would have made a really nice soft cap wig. the fabric glue dries a lot faster than the tacky glue that I have been using, so it actually like was easier to work with because it wasn't just like falling all over the place as I was trying to stick it on, and it stuck to my hands just as much, but because it dried faster, I don't know, it was easier. I used Fabri-Tac, and I found it the easiest glue to work with while making wigs. And I don't know, like, I'm not a good wig maker, so like I don't know if other people have had experiences with certain glues that have worked better, and if you have, like, tell me what glues you use, because I'm like really interested. And I've heard of people making wigs from liquid latex, which sounds amazing, so I'd like to try that. I might have some in the house. I used to for my makeup kit from college, because, you know, I went to theater school to call that makeup class. I might have some in the house, so I'll have to look, and then maybe I'll just like make I have like a lot of hair left because I always overbuy. Maybe I'll try something out of that, because that sounds like a good thing to make a wig out of. I mean, right? So anyway, they're wigs. They came out okay. Like, I'm happy with them. I like them. And I like the colors that I chose. And I like the alpaca that I chose. It was the right combination. And next are their faces, which I'm really happy with. I really wanted to go soft and maybe like a little more fantasy than I usually do, because usually I just like do a super realistic face and that's it. And I enjoy trying to make things look as real as possible. Like, it's fun for me. And I was just talking about this recently, but I feel like the reason why I've been doing this hobby for probably about a year, and I feel like the reason why I continue to enjoy it, I'm usually a thing-to-thing person. I'm like, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that. But the reason why this one has sort of stuck with me longer, and I'm like still interested in it, and like probably more interested than I was like at the start. The reason why I keep liking it is because it like sort of satisfies all of my artistic sort of like obsessive needs. Like, I get obsessed with things, so like I'm obsessed with art, like painting and art and making things look realistic, so that I can do on the face ups. And like I'm obsessed with like making clothes, even though like I'm not right now. I'm like super not into it right now. I'm feeling uninspired, but I'm obsessed with sewing and making clothes, and you know, I just like generally like pretty things. It's just like I like writing the stories and the characters, because that's something that I'm really into. So I feel like it's like all encompassing of all the things that I like, and like regardless of what sort of mood I'm in, there's always something that I can be doing in this hobby that satisfies my needs. So that I find very attractive about this. But anyway, back to the dolls. Yeah, my realistic faces, that's where I was. I wanted to make them soft, a little bit more fantasy, but still realistic. So this is what I came up with. Jason had done a doll without eyebrows, and I was like totally obsessed with her, so I wanted to do no eyebrows on them. So they have got no eyebrows, so it gives them like a little bit of like a freakier look. Little bit darker, but they're still bright and soft, which is exactly what I wanted. I feel like they look really good. I love their faces. Let's see if I can lift them up. Yeah. And last time I couldn't see the color of their eyes. She's got green eyes. She's got blue eyes. So now I know, because I've seen them in different light. And then as far as the outfits go, I had another doll that got like a restyle, and I still don't like her, so I'm probably gonna end up selling her. But they ended up with all of her old clothes, because that's sort of their aesthetic now, and it's no longer hers. So this dress, it was actually a dress out of that Hannon sewing book, but it was really long-waisted, and I didn't like it. So I just shortened the waist, so it was sort of like that up here. I don't know, I'm like kind of obsessed with that right now. I made another dress like that too, and it's kind of similar to this one, but it has a different collar, and it's long. But, so I just shortened that to make this, and I was like, oh yeah, like I can sew for them and make them clothes that fit on them, because I've got this really broad chest area. Let's see, because you need to accommodate for the two heads. And so then I decided though that I don't really want them to have clothes that fit them, because I feel like they're living in a world that is essentially this world that isn't or doesn't really accommodate. Like, most people just buy their clothes off the rack. I mean, obviously that's not really an outfit you buy off the rack now, but the world isn't made for different. So I wanted them to sort of not quite fit in, and if that goes for clothing, society in general, the group of friends that they have, they just don't quite fit in. And so I want them to have clothes made for regular people, but they've altered them themselves in order to make them fit. That's my aesthetic as far as clothing goes for them. So I've done just a little tie closure in the back to hold it together, so it would fit on somebody else that I have. Probably like Pasha could fit into this dress, but these girls have to adjust. They have to adjust themselves to try to fit in to the world, which is so true for many of us, isn't it? So here's these stockings. I did these for them. I just wanted them to be pastel and white and pure, and then I made them these. These are like quick and dirty underwear. They're not that good, but you could see everything through the dress, so I just wanted to give them something to cover them up. So that's them. It's a little bit about them. I really haven't come up with much of a story for them other than that. So that's them. And then there's one more thing. I'll use them as a one more thing that I've done that I'm actually pretty proud of. I made shoes. I sculpted them, and I'm proud of them. And I don't know, I'm gonna do another pair maybe tonight or tomorrow, because I like was into it. Like, I was super into it. See, new things all the time with this hobby. Yeah, they're I built them for Popovy feet, but they fit on these girls. I'll just put them on so you can see. They're just a very simple, flat, pointed, super pointy toe. Wig gone again. Gotta tacky that to her head. It'll be great someday. So here. I'm very proud. Now, I've discovered through this process that I'm not a sculptor. I am more of like one of those people that takes a block of stone and turns it into something. I used epoxy sculpt because it's literally the only thing I had in my house, and at the time I was making them, I was like, it's gonna be kind of a disaster, I'm assuming. So I was probably just, and I thought it's strong, and I actually ended up breaking them multiple times anyway, but it's strong, so I thought, oh, it would be the best thing for me to be able to use over and over again. So it's epoxy sculpt. It was very hard to work with. No matter what I did, I feel like I couldn't get a shape. I couldn't get it to be not bumpy and lumpy. And like, I've seen other people use it, and like, it looks like crazy good. They like literally sculpt something out of it, and I'm like, I don't even understand how you did that. So basically what I did was I threw a block of clay at a pair of feet, let it dry, and then took one of those nail filing sanders and just sanded them into a very attractive shape. So it's like a reverse sculpt. Like, instead of sculpting anything, I just sanded everything away to make it into something that I liked. And I really enjoyed sanding. Like, it was so fun for me. Like, I don't know. It was just like a mindless sort of activity for me to be able to do that just like brought me joy. It was so fun. Just like whittling away. So good. So great. Oh, there goes that wig again. Let's put them down. Should we look at them on a Popovy? Since those are the feet that I made them for? Sure, why not? I think they will. They kind of have like a hook on the heel that snaps onto the heel, and then it's like very loose on the toes. I'm scared that I'm gonna ruin her toes. Alright, let's not do it. we'll look at some other time. But yeah, Jason has, well, I want to try to figure out how to mass produce this at a very reasonable price. And I feel like the best way to do it would be to 3D print it, obviously. However, I looked into it. 3D scanning to a CAD file that can be adjusted is very expensive. I don't know how to use CAD. One of Jason's boyfriends does know how to use CAD, so he may be able to help. I have another friend that works, she doesn't work there. I don't really know how it works, but it's like a place where you go and you can use their facility basically to do various things. And I think they have a 3D printer there, but I'm not really sure. Honestly, I'm not really sure what other things they have at the facility. But I'm gonna see if she can hook me up. Like, I want to try to get them either scanned or made in AutoCAD so that I can mass produce them through 3D printing. So that's the goal with these. And one of them looks a little better than the other. So probably what I would do is scan one, put it into CAD, do a reverse of it so it's exactly the same, and so the shoes will just be exactly right. But yeah, it was my first attempt and I'm pretty proud of them, and I want to try like another pair. And I think what I would do is also in CAD give it a heel or just have it be a flat, because you can make adjustments to it obviously. I feel like once I had a basic shape I could easily adjust it, but I want to do one with like a platform on it because that's what I really want, like a platform Popovy footed or ballet foot shoe. So yeah, that's my shoes. I'm really happy with them. They came out good. Oops, it's the wrong foot. Is it? No, it's the right foot. I'll just show them on feet again because I'm so proud. She has no hair, but look at her feet. Look at that. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If anybody knows of any sort of ways of mass producing shoes, you can let me know. If anybody has any suggestions for gluing and wig making, please send them my way because she's struggling. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.